That's the thing that bugs me about the game, sort of the whole noob thing. Oh, wait, might see some Zilean maneuvers. So yeah, here's Karthus just harassing him. He can't really get a break. And, well, I guess this is more of a team thing, and that's another issue. StarCraft one-on-ones, it's much easier to say, look at this one person, and look how well he's doing his macro and his micro, and his and all of that stuff. Oh, but now we're gonna see, yep, Zilean pops his ult on himself, and they can't do anything to him. He's basically made himself somewhat not really invulnerable, but you can't kill him. So, unless you know that you can take him down before the rest of his entire team arrives, then you basically have to give it the fight, and it's not a kill for you. But so the newbie thing, I feel like a lot of gamers go through some brain malfunction along the way when they're playing, and they forget that at one point they had no idea what they were doing in a game, and they sucked just as much as the guy who just picked it up a day ago and is trying it out for the first time. And instead of being all supportive and being like, don't worry, you'll get it, look at me, I was terrible, but I got better, they're like, oh god, why don't you learn the game in 2 minutes? I just don't understand that or see how they think that's right. And there goes Darius. And there goes the ultimate. I'm not sure if... go back. Back a bit more. Not that far. Alright, so speed up. And run. Team fight. Yeah, so there goes Darius on a killing spree. Zilean sees he's weak, pops his ultimate, and boom! He lives. And this is one of those situations where, and one of those champions, because Darius, his main thing is that he just deals damage. Like, it's not, he doesn't have any of those really, like, oh, I can do some support stuff, and there goes Shyvana because he used his Zilean used his ult already. But it's not like other champions where, alright, I have this support ability where I can help a tiny bit. Darius is all about, I'm going to walk up to you and I'm going to take this axe and put it into your head. And so he's the kind of guy that if you can keep him alive and in the fight long enough, or not long enough, longer, you have a much better chance of taking out more and more people, and just dealing more, not just dealing more damage, but getting more kills, getting more gold for the team and for specific people. And you can see that, like, oh, you can see that there's something actually going on, and I need to pay attention more. But there it is again. Darius goes down, and up he comes again, walks in, and just train wrecks, really. Like, yeah, Zilean gets chased away, but, and God, I'm so bad at it. It might also be that I'm kind of tired. It's 1:40. I was up till 3:30 last night. Alright, and I'm not sure how much I want to chalk up this. I should be talking about the game. Chalk up that triple kill to Zilean, or the 4 kills, really. But once again, the fact was, Darius was dead twice. But all of a sudden, he's back in the fight with over half health.
Blue team has slain the dragon.
And ultimately, that means that a Darius who already killed someone from full health and did a ton of damage to someone as they were dying is now back in the fight twice, dealing just as much damage as before. And now the enemy champions are even weaker because they've had to fight the other 4 people on the team. And so it just all sort of leads up to the fact that Zilean's main, not really purpose, but one of his main utilities is that he, he can keep team fights going longer when they should have ended because of deaths. I guess, like, that's an odd way to put it. And in this case, I don't believe he put his ult down. Nope, but yeah, Shyvana walking up. Oh, nope, nope, go back. Alright, so we get to see this by the end. Oh god, fight. And then at this point, right there, or not right there, right there. So, Urgot, if we look right down here, at Heightened Learning, where'd it go? I know it has one. Chrono Shift, which would be the name of the ultimate, and I realize I have never said that. So, name of the ultimate is Chrono Shift. Yeah, upon taking lethal damage, is reverted back to life. So, oh, right. Pretty much right. Yeah, right as he is about to die to Karthus' ult. Zilean's ult goes up, and that's another not death. It's another instance where, hey, it's another instance where Zilean is going to, yep. But it's another instance where he kept one of the heavy hitters on his team, one of the 3 heavy hitters on his team in the fight longer, and that ended up in 3 of Orbit's guys going down. And then we also saw a very nice display of just how strong he can become with his excuse me. And then down to Baron, not sure how to shot that up, but anyway, it shows that utility where he can use his Chrono Shift, run after Vayne, who excels in running away and chasing. Stop that. And he drops his bomb, drops the ignite, and boom, she's dead. He took out a ton of health with his bomb, and the ignite was just there to finish her off, or it could have even just been, I'm not sure if this one single bomb is going to kill her, so let's make sure we kill her. And overall, we see a 26 to 9 kills difference in this game. And once again, I try not to make it sound like it's all Zilean, he's doing everything. But a majority of it I would chalk up to the fact that the Trooper or blue teams, I guess that would be a much easier thing to call them. Blue teams champions have been alive longer and haven't died. I mean, like, the only people that have died have been the guys who have been more than once, or none in the case of Zilean. The only guys who've died more often are the guys who are basically supposed to die. Like, they are the ones who go into the thick of the battle and deal the most damage, and their entire point is to deal the most damage. And while they do have a Soraka and they do have a Zilean, excuse me, that doesn't automatically mean that they're going to live through it. However, with them on the team, though, we see that they don't have nearly as many. Like, there have been cases where I've seen like 7, 7, and 7 Dariuses, where it's like, alright, the Darius is doing great, he's dealing a ton of damage, but he's just not staying in the fight long enough. But it's the support that's keeping him in the... But in this game, at least, the support is keeping him in the fight so long that he can just deal all the damage he needs to, and that leads to, like, Shyvana being able to pick up those kills with all of her AoE abilities and such. And at this point, you notice that Zilean is starting to stick with his team a lot more. Like, people occasionally, like, Shyvana will run off, or Darius will run off and get a buff, but Zilean is trying to stay with wherever the major grouping is. Like, if there's two guys like running around together, Zilean is probably going to be within time warp range of those two and someone else, just to be sure that he's around. I guess you talk about items. I haven't done that in a while, but Rod of Ages, very good item, pretty much on anyone who deals with AP. It's just such a good boost in everything. Like, Zilean is very, very squishy. He only starts with 6.7 armor. Hey, look, a team fight. I should be paying attention. But only starts with 6.7 armor, and only with 380 health. So he's incredibly squishy. And I'm not sure, is he going to pop his ultimate on anyone? Yes, he's put it on Darius. Once again, showing how much he wants to keep the main hitters on this team alive. Like, he could have put it on himself and kept himself alive in this fight just in case, or he could have put it on Soraka and kept her up in the fight, like, just in case she had gone down, because she was very close to death. But instead, he opted to go with Darius, who has been dealing so much damage to the enemy team that they just want him to stay in. They just want him to stay alive. I mean, Urgot has the Guardian Angel, so it's just enough. He's one less person that Zilean has to worry about and has to decide. All right, who gets my ultimate? Who gets to stay alive longer? And who's going to get us the most kills? And now we see him pick up a Zonian Hourglass, which is by far, for an AP character, the best armor item they can possibly get. It's a very nice boost of AP, and I don't remember, 100 ability power, very nice boost, and plus 50 armor. So at that point, instead of having a 6.75 beginning armor, so plus 3.8 armor every level, you have a Zilean who's all of a sudden So with all that armor plus all the health he's getting from the Rod of Ages, you have a Zilean that's no longer this super squishy guy who has to be very careful where he is in a battle. You have a Zilean who can sort of not really wade into the fray and revel in the blood of victory. That's Darius' job, but you have a Zilean who doesn't have to be so worried about, okay, if I get yanked in by Blitzcrank, am I going to have to waste my ultimate on myself, or will my team be able to get in there, get them off of me before I die? And that also goes along with the fact that Zonian Hourglass gives him that stasis for those situations. Like, once again, oh no, Blitzcrank has just pulled me into the enemy team, or Vayne has shot me, or has used her power bolt thing. I can't remember the name of that ability to save my life. But has used her gigantic bolt to push me into the enemy team. Well, then I'll just activate Zonian's Hourglass. My team can show up, and I can get back to doing what I do best, and that's keeping my guys alive and keeping them in the fight. And at this point in the game, Orbit is pretty much done. They're just waiting for that fight, that last team fight where blue team wins, essentially. Because, granted, I've seen games like this where it's like, oh, we're down 10 kills, we're down like 20 kills, we can come back, and they come back and do it. I've been part of it, and those games are honestly some of the most satisfying. Not because obviously you didn't play that great, but you just had so much. But there's just so much fun to be had from. Oh, there goes Zilean. He's too slow to save him the first time around, but yeah. He's up here. He's in the fight now. He puts the ult on Urgot. Urgot has come back to life twice, and it doesn't really matter that Shyvana. I mean, granted, yes, Shyvana died, but that is one person for 3 people, and there's just nothing that they can do. Vayne is going to try to scoop them out. Yep, there goes the Zonias, which is another... Like I said, oh no, Vayne has put me against a wall. I'm taking a ton of damage. Zonia's Hourglass. Suddenly I'm invulnerable. Darius shows up and finishes her off. And so that is four kills for one Shyvana. And because this Zilean knows what he's doing, what items to get, and I know once again, this is a pro experience level game, so you're not going to see Zileans like this, or as you're not going to see Zileans like this pretty much ever. Because like I was saying earlier, every Zilean I've seen in the recently in like in the ranked playlist or the draft playlist has just sort of been I'm going to put a bomb over here because I have a Rabadon's death cap, and that's it. And he just sort of puts bombs, runs away really quickly, and keeps himself alive, but neglects to keep any of his teammates alive. And I feel if more Zileans played that way, he'd just be a very, very viable little champion in a lot of situations where most people would go like, okay, we're gonna have a Soraka support, which is always a good choice. I personally love playing as Soraka. She's really fun. AP Soraka is kind of cool, though she is very hard to pull off. But if you can manage to snowball those kills in the beginning of the game, she gets really ridiculous. But as for other AP supports that deal decent damage, you don't really see that many. Like, at all. I can't, like, Lulu, not really, she's kind of a support. She has a support role, and I'm doing air quotes right now. You can't see it because my XSplit is kind of stupid, and I'm still trying to get it to work correctly. But
Red team's inhibitor has been destroyed.
But all in all, she still turns into sort of a Vigor-ish, where she, well, not exactly Vigor. Vigor's in a class of his own, where it's just, oh, I found you, Primordial Rift, no, not Primordial Rift, Stun Box. Clearly it's been a while since I played Vigor, and I apologize that I'm getting all these ability names wrong. But, yeah, drops his little stun box of, little circle of stun. That took me so long to say. Circle of stun, drop his Primordial Burst, drop his ult, drop his Q, and all of a sudden, if you had any AP, you're not standing anymore. And here goes a team fight, and there's a good move by Karthus, but yeah, Zilean's just sort of staying on the sides. Darius goes down, back in the fight right away, and yeah, then he pops his Zonias, and it's game over. They're Zilean's, yeah, the Zilean play in this game is just so good and so precise. I guess I should wait for this. What it's sounding a lot like an overview until the final 4 seconds are over with, and the Nexus goes down, and it is game over, and the win goes to Troopers. And if you'd like to see me actually attempt to cast this game, you can go over to my main channel. But for now, hey, look, there I am again. Hi. And that was that game. And the main thing that I think people should get across from that game is that obviously no one should expect everyone to play Zilean that well. That was a fantastic game in all regards, by not just Zilean, by the team in general, but him specifically. It got scary, ridiculous how precise and how accurate he was with his timing of his ultimate. It's very rare that I see any player at all, and I should let everyone know right away, I am not pro at all. I am 900 ELO range, to be quite honest. I don't have a team that I play with. I don't do tournaments. I just love the game, and I like analyzing it. I'm not a map person by any means, and you'd think I would be because by how much I like looking at numbers. Like every day, I'm looking at my YouTube analytics sheet and going, yes, I have seen this many views today and this many views today on this day, and just I like looking at charts and things, and mainly I just like analyzing the play, once again, like Day 9, who's, I guess you can say inspired me, but that is beside the point completely. What was I talking about? Yes, Zilean and his excellent play. Obviously, that kind of play is very rare. I can't pull it off. I can barely pull off half decent. Well, I can pull off half decent. I should really stop being so modest because I'm okay. I don't suck, but I'm not great. But it's the preciseness with which he was able to use his ability is everything that I feel honestly swung the some battles in their favor, like the Baron Nashor fight, the one where Urgot sort of switched places with Blitzcrank right off the bat. He saw Urgot. He had his Urgot went up there. He dealt a bunch of damage, and the rest of the team rushed up. But Urgot dealt a bunch of damage, had his Guardian Angel bring him back to life, and then dealt a bunch more damage, and then was just about to die. He was one Vein Bolt away from biting it, and then all of a sudden, up goes the Zilean ult right before the bolt hits. He's back up. He's back to life, and suddenly the entire fight has been all right. That was 2 of Orbit's guys down, and half basically of a Trooper guy down, and it just sort of changed the dynamic. Really, you couldn't just say, okay, we're going to go in and take out the heavy hitters because they don't really have a specific tank. Take out the heavy hitters and then just waltz on through because otherwise they don't have a whole lot there. It became more of a, all right, we should try to take out the heavy hitter really, really fast before Zilean can put his ult on them, or try to focus both of them. And in reality, Orbit just didn't have the team composition to deal all that damage really quickly, and so they ultimately just weren't able to pull that off. And see, this is what I'm talking about. I lose my train of thought goes somewhere. Like it's going, and then like it's not even ADD. I'm not like talking. Look at that over there. It's more of talking, and then it just sort of stops. There's no coasting. It just sort of like not even a brick wall. Just ends. And that's my metaphor for the night. But overall, that was an excellent Zilean game. It showed his strengths. It really didn't show many weaknesses because there weren't many to be found in that game. But overall, it was an excellent game, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I enjoy doing this sort of thing. I'm not sure if it counts as a live stream because I'm not sure if anyone's watching at the moment. It is kind of 2 o'clock at night. I was going to say 1:59, but that's close enough for me. But you can definitely expect this again. It will be every Sunday, or it will be up on the YouTube channels. There's going to be 2 or 3 that it will be up on my personal one, Ludos Gaming Net, which everyone should check out because it's awesome, and possibly another channel which is in the works at the moment, and we're not sure how that's going. So keep you posted. But otherwise, I will be infrequently. I don't have a live set schedule for my live streaming because of just how my schedule works. Excuse me. But I'll be live streaming every once in a while, and then you'll see those live streams up. They're basically archives, and I should be in the center of the frame and not off to the side. But for now, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time.